Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have a collection of flowering quinces, a collection of different flowering quinces. I'm in the botanic garden of Marburg, which, although it's virtually unknown outside the town of Marburg, is one of the biggest botanic gardens in Germany, and it's so big, they have so many dedicated collections of stuff where other botanic gardens have just one or two species that they've started making videos about different genera, like tasting 15 different bearberries or 20 different rose hips or stuff. And they even have a collection of different flowering quinces, something I have never encountered before. Well, the flowering quince, Chaenomeles, it is in the Rosaceae. It's not so closely related to the quince. Oops, okay. But it's very smelly, very aromatic, just like the quince. Here we have a quince growing next to them. Well, the quince also has yellow, hard, aromatic fruit. But the quince needs kind of mild climate. You can still grow it in zone 7, but zone 6, zone 5, zone 4, it gets pretty much impossible. So in Nordic places like northern Russia or the Baltic states, especially in the time before they have so many chemical sodas and candies, they would flavor a lot of their stuff with flowering quince. A lot of quince flowered stuff, because in northern Russia, the northern Soviet Union, they simply did not have this stuff. So this is the flowering quince, a fruit, nice and smelly, but basically too hard to eat it out of hand in large amounts. So let's try this flowering quince collection. Flowering quinces have a very distinct sourness with a little bit of tartness or astringency and a very strong flavor. That's why they are being used so much to flavor stuff, despite their processing being quite difficult. So now let's see if different flowering quinces taste differently. Hamamelis Speciosa from China. Not speciosa, but spaciosa. That means there must be some space between, I don't know what, the branches, the leaves, the sepals, the petals, whatever. Well, Chaenomeles Speciosa. Sour. It's a very pleasant sourness those Chaenomeles have. If they have no astringency, it's actually quite nice to nibble them. Yeah, also the typical flowering quince flavor. Nothing new here. Now let's try Chaenomeles japonica. Here it says Japan, but I read some sources say actually this Chaenomeles japonica is rather from China and is only cultivated in Japan. The fruit are slightly bigger. I couldn't tell the plants apart, but I believe the labels here. Slightly softer. Slightly juicier. And the flavor is slightly more fruity and not so perfume-like. Yeah. Kind of hard to describe. The flavor is a little bit different. Okay. Well, this third one seems a little bit stunned. Not so many fruit, but the fruit are big and have nice color. Chaenomeles hybrid, K lady. Well, this could be pink lady or brink lady or drink lady. I'll have to Google it. It's definitely some Chaenomeles hybrid K lady. So let's see. Well, if it's a hybrid, it should be, well, more vigorous, more beautiful, or tastier. Not bad. This lady is not bad. Soft. It was like biting into a sour apple. A sour, flavorful apple. Here you can also see how the seeds are concentrated in the center. So this hybrid is, yeah, Softer, easier to bite, juicier. If it was a bit sweeter, I could actually imagine to eat it out of hand. It would still not be my favorite fruit as long as there are apples and peaches and pears around, but let's try another one. Well, this one is not so good as the first one, but yeah, I can understand why they kept this specific hybrid. And last but not least, here we have another flowering quince. Which one is this? Oh my god, label is really hidden. Chaenomeles kathayensis. The Kathai Chaenomeles from something in central China. It could be northern and central China. Okay, yeah. Oh, in China they also, in northern China, in areas with harsh climate, they also use this as a fruit tree. So let's try this Chaenomeles kathayensis. Hard. Not so sour. Also, it has some bitterness, some astringency, a trace of bitterness or astringency to it. The flavor is slightly different. Still reminds me of apple, but also of pear. Yeah. Yes, I think, despite being hard and despite this little trace of astringency, I think it was rather a tart astringency and not so much bitterness. Despite of that, yeah, I would say this is also quite interesting. Provides a different variation of the Chaenomeles flavor. So I don't really know if you could make 4 different lemonades or 4 different jellies or jams with the 4 different quinces and flowering quinces and really be able to tell the difference. But it was quite interesting to find a couple different species and the hybrid next to each other. The difference in taste is very subtle, but there is some. So folks, this was a selection of flowering quinces. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the giant botanic garden of Marburg. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.